The first day I was in hospital, I had a nurse say to me that it's lucky I hadn't suffered a real stroke. And so
Wow.
that sort of rhetoric started very early in my recovery. And, I realized very early on that I would have to advocate for myself all the time. And that process doesn't stop. And I think the bit that surprised me the most was I kind of expected that behavior from strangers. I didn't expect it from family and loved ones.
Yeah.
And so, it's little things like if I'm at dinner, if my brain is overtaxed, I start to tremor, and that's just my body now. I'll start to shake. And the gut reaction from family is, oh, are you cold? Let me put something on you. Like, let me cover you up. What's wrong? Why are you shaking? Or just the realization that I don't have the same energy levels that I used to is really hard for a lot of people to grasp. And so in terms of speaking up, it's a daily battle. It is something that you have to learn to do every single day. And that can be very emotionally overwhelming. Look, being told that you're fine when you're suffering a stroke is very real. It's a very real thing to be going on and, to be experiencing behind the scenes. And I think when I finally did get a diagnosis, when someone finally took a chance on me and decided to scan my brain, and only because I collapsed, when the doctor walked into the room, and I'll never forget this, I could tell he was hesitant to tell me what had happened. And he started asking me all these sorts of questions like, when did your symptoms start? How did you present? And I just stopped him and I said, have I or have I not had a stroke? Yes or no? And he just kind of stopped in his tracks and went, yes. And I said, okay, I'm going to need a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a minute to process the fact that my life is never going to be the same again. And you're going to need to be okay with that. And he went, oh, okay. But I don't think we let people feel what they need to feel enough. We're so quick to want to fix the problem or diagnose the problem. So no, the answer is no. I absolutely was not happy with the way the medical system treated me. But I think, again, it comes back to advocacy and using your voice for good.
Self-advocacy becomes so important.